Mortal Kombat! Oh, this is Mr. Hornsby 3. This is the Mr. Hornsby 3 show, and today I'm going to be talking about what if Shinnok was the Raiden of the villains. Like, if, Shinnok, went and found the frickin' champions for the bad guys, and he went and, he went and found the champions for the bad guys, and he trained them and all that stuff. I mean, there might have been some hints at it, and some forms of media, or animation, or even movies, with Mortal Kombat Abomination, as bad as that movie is. The other main villain is Shinnok in it, and he's apparently Raiden, and and Shao Kahn's father. So, we'll talk about that. Well, let's get into some fake sponsorships. So first off, fake sponsorship number 1, Pepsi Zero Max. Way better than Coke Zero. But anyway. Fake sponsorship 2 is the new Forrest Gump CD with the 2 new hit singles. Life is Like a Box of Chocolates, and then later on I'm gonna sing the Got Shot in the Butt Talk song. Anyway, yeah. I do want to talk about one thing though, boy. I was watching a video the other day. I'm gonna give a shout out to this guy real quick, and then I'll get to talking about what I want to talk about with this Mortal Kombat. But watching that professionals video on what they could do to stop these clickbaiters. And you know what? I think they should implement that stuff. Everything he said they should implement, because gee whiz, these freaking clickbaiters are just out of control. And they're going to keep being out of control even when GTA 6 finally does come out. When trailer 3 finally comes out, which might be sometime next week. Because, summer starts Sunday, so maybe we'll see GTA trailer 3 next week sometime. Who knows? But, maybe, yeah. Frickin' take those clickbait, do what if you haven't watched the video, go watch the frickin' video. He wanted people to share it in that. But I'm just shouting out the video. It's what to do to frickin' get rid of these GTA clickbaiters on YouTube, so. GTA 6 clickbaiters specifically. You just put GTA clickbaiters, period. Not just the frickin' GTA 6 clickbaiters, because like I said, once 6 comes out, yeah, we're going to hear these goofballs out there making up bogus ideas on when 7's coming out. They're going to talk about how they got 7 early. They're going to talk about how something in the DLC's leading to frickin' 7. Yeah, so, anyway, so yeah. Go check out the professionals video talking about the frickin', how to get rid of the GTA 6 clickbaiters. Although you should get rid of GTA clickbaiters, period. Not just GTA 6 clickbaiters. Anyway, let's get into Mortal Kombat. This is Mortal Kombat month. I've only done 2 Mortal Kombat videos so far this month. I did the review of the frickin' Mortal Kombat figures, and then I did the Mortal Kombat 2 movie review, which is way better than the first frickin' movie, because the first movie sucked. I'm talking about the 95 movie, the first movie to this movie, so yeah. That movie sucked. Now, what if in the first 4 Mortal Kombats, we're going to go with first 4 Mortal Kombats, and then I'll talk about what they might have done after Mortal Kombat 5 or whatever. So, yeah, anyway. So let's talk about the first 4 Mortal Kombats. And the thing I want to talk about is, what if Shinnok was the guy that was going and getting all the freaking evil champions for, to try to take over the world, because he wants to rule the world. So he went and recruited Shao Kahn. He went and recruited Shang Tsung. He went and recruited freaking Kitaro, Goro, Mutaro, everybody else that worked for freaking Shao Kahn. Or maybe he just recruits Shao Kahn, and Shao Kahn, recruits everybody else. I think that would be an interesting premise. And, if they do another thing where they reset the timeline, maybe they might, explore that. Ideal, but I don't know. We'll have to see, but it is an interesting premise to think about. So, Shinnok not only recruits these guys, but he's the one that trains every one of them. He trains Shao Kahn, he trains Shang Tsung, he trains Kentaro, he trains Goro and all that stuff. And on the other side, you got Raiden training the people to protect Earth from Shinnok and them. And then let's say the first three play out the way they did in the regular storyline. Plays out the way they did, and freaking Shao Kahn and them still lose. And, you know, Shinnok's like, oh, you know what, I'm tired of these guys losing, so you know what, I'm gonna go. And then he goes and gets a couple more champions. He goes and gets like freaking Quan Chi and, you know, Tanya, Reptile and all of them to work for him. And then they have the Mortal Kombat 4 tournament, but then Shinnok himself loses. So, which leads us to the events of leads us to the events of Mortal Kombat 5. Where, you know, well, Shinnok, he loses and gets sent back to the Nether Realm. Him and Quan Chi. But Shang Tsung's already in the Nether Realm, so I think the way they could have did 5 is, you know, Quan Chi goes and finds Shang Tsung in the Nether Realm, makes a deal with him, gets Shinnok's amulet, and frickin' gets him and Shang Tsung both get free from the Nether Realm. And then they go after Liu Kang and all that stuff. They still kill Liu Kang in that. Which then leaves Raiden to find a new champion for Mortal Kombat. So, he goes to find Kai. And Kai is going to be the replacement of Liu Kang. He's not going to be the replacement of Liu Kang in, you know, Mortal Kombat 5. He's, you know, Raiden's like, well, you know what? It's all cool. You know, the other guys can handle Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. So, yeah. And then, you know what? The whole freaking Earth realm gets defeated by the Deadly Alliance. So, Raiden's upset. He goes and he takes on the Deadly Alliance. And he kills the he beats and kills the Deadly Alliance. Or maybe Quan Chi gets away. I could care less if Shang Tsung lived or not. Maybe Quan Chi gets away. But, anyway. So, Raiden's like, alright, well, the Deadly Alliance has been beat. I'm going to be an Elder God again. How about you, Fujin? You're going to find the new champions. I already got a guy in waiting. You got freaking Kai. And then we could have Mortal Kombat Deception where we get a whole new batch of people. And we get a new god, since, you know, Shinnok's been beat. We get a new god to, like, try to lead their forces against, like, something like Onaga or something like. So, we get Tavon. Not Taeon. Daigon. Yeah, Daigon. But Tavon's brother. We get him. And he's now the new god that's, you know, collecting all the evil champions for Mortal Kombat. So, he recruits people like Onaga and all that stuff. I don't know. Yeah. I really should have thought this one through better. But anyway. Yeah, I've been thinking about this one for a while, though, and I'll talk about it. But, you know. And then, like, the events of Armageddon could be, like, you know, I don't know. Daigon's forces win. They beat Taven and all them. I don't know. Because Fujika got her up to champions, and now freaking Kai's ready to be the next Liu Kang, and, you know, he could have went on into the gaming franchise, but you know what? It is what it is. Hey, honestly, it could be a whole time where, you know, like, you know, maybe Shinnok, after he loses, he decides he's got to get some more champions. And, you know, he starts hunting for more champions after the events of Mortal Kombat 5. Like Shinnok comes back and he's like, oh, let's get these guys. These guys look evil enough. And like you can introduce a whole line of new characters. And Raiden could still be, you know, the one that gets all Earthrealm's defenders. He gets Kai ready to be the next Liu Kang. And then they do the whole thing over and over again. And like each new generation, they get new generations of freaking, you know, Mortal Kombat competitors. Such as, like I said, Kai could take over, Shichenko, you know, Li Mei and all that could all be the ones that are the new champions of Earthrealm. Because the last set got beaten 5. Yeah, you know, and then, you know, Shinnok could, like, maybe he frees the Dragon King and makes him the freaking main build. Lets him take Shao Kahn's place or something. I don't know, anything could happen. But, yeah. I think, yeah, and Shinnok just runs everything. I mean, if you look at Mortal Kombat Armageddon, he's the one that set up the whole alliance between everybody in the freaking Mortal Kombat Armageddon. He set up Shao Kahn. He got Shao Kahn and, you know, Naga to freaking set their differences aside. They got Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn to set their differences aside. He got Quan Chi. So, yeah. Yeah, or, you know, it could just be the same old champions over and over and over again. And, you know, they keep going through the cycle over and over again. But, yeah. Or, you know, you could go with the ideal that Shinnok is the father of Shao Kahn and Raiden. Or maybe not the father of Raiden, but, like, maybe the father of, you know, Shao Kahn or something. But he might be the father of Raiden too. And like Raiden rebels against him, so he gets his group to take on Raiden's guys. Or, you know, what else? I don't know. Now, you know what? When Raiden's guys beat, you know, freaking Shinnok's guys, he finds new guys. I don't know. Because that take out Raiden's old guys, and Raiden has to get new guys. It could be a cycle. It could just be a personal battle between freaking Shinnok and Raiden, which is kind of what they hinted at Mortal Kombat 4. Like, them two fought thousands of years ago, and a fight to determine, you know, Earth's fate. Or, you know, maybe Shinnok and Raiden could be brothers, and they're like, you know, kind of like how Tavon and Dagon was in Armageddon. They just, you know, keep getting new champions to freaking try to take out the other's champions or whatever, you know. I mean, there's so many possibilities for this. You know, also, you know, I think Shinnok, you know, maybe controlling Shao Kahn and all them until Shao Kahn gets too powerful to betray him, but, you know. That's also another thing you could do too, like, you know, Shinnok controls all the bad guys. They all work, well, that's pretty much what I've been saying the whole video anyway, but they all work for him. You know, and they're meant to try to take over the world for him, but instead, Shao Kahn says, fuck this, I ain't fucking working for you no more, I'm gonna take you down. I'm gonna take over the world myself. Like, you know, with how many snakes in the grass there is from Outworld side, you know, like frickin' Shang Tsung and all them. I mean, they're all a bunch of traitors to each other. The frickin' leader of the Lin Kuei and all that stuff. They're all traitors to each other. Kano, you can't trust him. So, yeah, I mean, but I think the premise of, you know, Shinnok being the god that freaking wants to control the world, but he's got to get his own champions, and then they got to beat Raiden's champions, and then Raiden finally gets his set of champions. Like, they lose 9 straight, but Raiden has his new champions that win the 10th one, and freaking that foils Shinnok's plans, and Shinnok probably helps him, you know, invade Earth in Mortal Kombat 3. Because, you know, which, I mean, I guess they kind of played with that idea in Mortal Kombat 9 too, because, like, Quan Chi's right there, and then he's like, you know, hey, I got a way on how you could, you can just do a tournament here in Outworld, and if you win, you get the Earth Realm, which they lose. And then, Quan Chi's also the one that was like, hey, I can revive Sindel, and we could just, invade Earth. So, yeah, I mean, they kind of hint at that. They even kind of hint at it at Mortal Kombat vs. DC, like, at the opening credit of the story, and Shao Kahn, if you pick the Mortal Kombat side, Shao Kahn comes out, and he's freaking beat up, and then freaking Quan Chi comes out and says, Shinnok is not happy with what's going on with you. I like to do the whole electric thing. So yeah, I mean, it's been kind of played with a little bit in the Mortal Kombat franchise. But you know what? I think if they went with the concept I just talked about, like Shinnok's controlling all the bad guys, he's like the one that recruits all the bad guys, and he's the one that trains them and all that stuff, would make a lot of sense. And, like maybe Mortal Kombat 8, or Mortal Kombat 10, 11, and, Mortal Kombat 1 would have been way better. We didn't need Chronica in 11. They could have just been, Shinnok planning everything, and, Shinnok could have, which in X, yeah, Shinnok could have, like, went and recruited Kodo Khan, because, Quan Chi and all them have failed him numerous times. And Shao Kahn and them's out of the picture, so he's like, hey, Kodo. Now, you and me are going to take over this world. You're going to be my new top champion since Shao Kahn's gone. Because I think Kodo Khan would have been a good bad guy. I was hoping he would have been the bad guy in X, but, sub-bad guy next to freaking Shinnok, because we knew Shinnok was going to be the bad guy in X. But he could have been the sub-bad guy. And then after he freaking, after Shinnok got beat, then they could have went to Kodo Khan to try to continue Shinnok's plans. But, I don't know. So convoluted storylines, but yeah. So yeah, I think if they could do a situation where, like, Shinnok is the freaking emperor, and, like, freaking Shao Kahn is like the Darth Vader, or something like that, and then, like, Liu Kang and all his crew are the guys that stop. It could be like the Empire thing in the Star Wars movies, and, like, so Liu Kang and them are the ones that have to stop Shinnok's forces. But they never went that route. They teased it a couple times in a few games. They hinted at it. They kind of, insinuated it. But it never really came to fruition. And I know, I got kind of confused in the middle of the video, but but yeah, I think it would have made a good idea. And I think that's what they're planning on doing with these Mortal Kombat new movies. Like frickin' Mortal Kombat 3 is definitely going to have Shinnok. And I think Shinnok's going to be like, well, my best guy was Shao Kahn, and he got beat, so now I'm going to have to find a new best guy. So yeah, we'll see how it goes with the Mortal Kombat 3 movie. And we'll see what they do if they do reset the freaking Mortal Kombat, universe again, because I'm pretty sure they will. Eventually, maybe the next game they'll reset it again. Like they did with Mortal Kombat 1. Who knows? But I don't know. I just thought it'd be a good idea if they did something where Shinnok was controlling all the villains in the original timeline. But, hey, it's what it is. Anyway, that'll do it. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more. Follow my Facebook fan page, Mr. 183 Show. Follow my Facebook page, business page, Trajan Toys. And you know what, now that I've talked about that, let's get into this next song. Oh yeah, one more thing before I do the song. Fucking MTV Classics did it again. Last night, 9 o'clock, I'm like, yes, gonna get to watch Yo Hip Hop. Nope, they did frickin' artist showcase of Blink 182. Nobody freaking cares about Blink 82. And you know what, they do have a thing called the Rock Block. They could play Blink 182 songs on the Rock Block. And Blink 182 wasn't even that big when they were freaking big in the rock scene. It was freaking other bands that were bigger than them in the rock scene. But, just stupid. I wish they quit fucking doing that, especially Especially when they have all these other freaking time slots that they could do that crap with. But they decided to do it on Yo Hip Hop because there's nothing on Tuesdays anymore. Not like there was in the early 2000s when we had stuff like The Shield, Sons of Anarchy, you know, and all that stuff. Legion. But anyway. So let's sing the new Forrest Gump song, and that's I Got Shot in the Buttocks. Yo, yo. Alright, hold on, let me get my Forrest Gump voice. Janai, 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 yo, yo, Janai, I got shot in the buttocks. Yo, yo, Janai, I got shot in the buttocks. Yo, yo, Janai, I got shot in the buttocks. Yo, yo, Janai, I got shot in the buttocks. There you go. Oh. Oh my god. Anyway. I'll catch you guys for the Mortal Kombat 2 playthrough on Sega Saturn. Next week, I am going to, I'm going to talk about why the best kind of show they could do a Mortal Kombat show of is doing it in anime form with Mortal Kombat. And Wednesday, I'm going to talk about, I have my predictions for Comic-Con 2026. It's a month, it'll be about a month away by that point. So I'm going to do my predictions for that. If the GTA 6 trailer pops up, I'll mention it in one of the videos. Or, you know, if it does, I'll freaking have a whole big, you know, actually, you know what? I might just do the Comic-Con Toy Talk for Friday for a live stream format and all that stuff. Also, I will be bringing back the NFL picks this year. I didn't do them last year. I'll be doing them this year, and Gene and JC, my brother-in-law JC, not the JCTNI guy, but my brother-in-law JC will be doing the video with me. I'll probably do a live stream of that with them too, and we'll make our predictions for the NFL season. But yeah, so you know what? I don't know. So I might have a spot open, especially since I'm doing a live stream next week. So I don't know. I will also continue to build to Bash at the Figure Beach. I've seen a lot of people were watching yesterday's. I did set up a fight with Stone Cold and frickin' Macho Man on that one. They confronted each other. It got physical. So anyway, that'll do it. I'll see you guys this Friday. Well, if I do the live stream, I'll have to think of another freaking Mortal Kombat. I could review my son's Raiden and Johnny Cage figure. So yeah, maybe I'll review the Raiden and Johnny Cage figure, and then I'll freaking have my Toy Fair or Comic-Con predictions next Friday. So yeah, won't be no playthrough live stream, which will leave me with one more week to do a Mortal Kombat playthrough. So I'll probably do Mortal Kombat 4 in the Legacy Collection, and I'll have to get the trilogy and then a Legacy Collection next year. But anyway, that'll do it. Catch you guys later, and peace out.